We traded teams with the Australian SAS, Special Air Services. We tried to be professional. Back in base camp, I was a less than exemplary soldier. I gotta say that it's true. But out in the field, they took it real serious, and the people who ever went in the field with me, they knew, it was no joke out there. Well, these guys, they were older than us. They were all in their late 20s, early 30s. It's almost like we were boys and they were men. These guys were some serious blokes. And I wanted to, they were all professional soldiers. There was no getting out in a year and all that with them. And so that is a FNFAL, Fabrique Nationale. I think it was invented in Belgium. And it fires a 7.62 NATO. And they just called it their SLR for self-loading rifle. That's as good or better. Some people say better than the M14, which is saying something. I tell you, if the World War II guys who love their M1s, wouldn't they be ecstatic to have an M14 in their hands? And there's some 30-06 and 308. There's some arguments, but they're both wonderful weapons. But this one is as good or better. And okay, so here's camo. Here's the camo. All right, so these two pictures, all I'm doing here is raising my face up. Okay. And interestingly enough, just to see the difference of, the shading. Okay. It was 20 years more. Pardon me. After I was back home, I looked at this slide one time and I went, what? See, that's an Air Force survival rifle, or a knife. You've seen them, Okay, so I had that on my ankle, and I had another one on my hip, a bigger one, like a machete on my that I got in Germany. Okay, look at there's the back end of this knife is painted white. Ah, I went to the field. When I first time I saw that, I nearly had a heart attack. I said, "You went to the field that way?" Well, that thing shining like that. And a lot of guys really did good jobs of breaking up the outline on their rifle. Mine, I wasn't that artistic, but okay. So, and this next picture, this is the rucksack. In here, we put a lot of water. We had they were like the whole 2 quarts, I think, but they were collapsible plastic, really tough plastic bags with a screw top on them, like a canteen top. Okay, so you carried water in there. And then here's all the other stuff. There's the stuff that went into there. You can see those plastic. And so and now this was this time. It wasn't the same every time. Sometimes we had more of this and less of that. And there's a signal mirror that's got a hole in the middle of it that's kind of magic. You point that up if you get the sun on it and point that at a plane, and you'll flash it right in their face because you can see right where your sunlight is going. And there's pokey bait, candy stuff, cleaning stuff. Here's the lerp rations. You've ever heard of lerp rations? Oh boy, that stuff was good. Man, I'm telling you, it was early days of freeze drying. And lerp rations, boy, we could trade a case of lerps for 2 cases of C to these line units anytime, and they were happy. Everybody was happy on both ends of the deal. And there's a mini smoke. It's like a 35 millimeter film can, and you'll take the top off, and there's a little striker in there, and choom, and you throw it. It's a smoke, and that's a mini gas. There's tear gas in there, camouflage, and insect repellent. The stuff smelled, and so all we could do, you put a drop or 2 on your camouflage stick just to soften it up to paint camouflage. And so we carried 1 hard canteen so that you could dip in case you needed to dip. And that one is full. You take out full, but you drink that. As soon as you get in the jungle, you slug that down because you need the hydration, and you don't want it half full because it sloshes and makes noise. Signal panel. A lot of bullets, a lot of water, and a grenade. I love a grenade. One night, I threw the whole team's grenade. I was so mad. We were faking a contact. I'm sorry. It's true, and so I'm saying it. And it's another story. I'll tell you sometime. But there's a smoke grenade. The helicopter pilot coming in to pick us up. Oh yeah, there's the one I had on my hip. Got that in Waffen Franconia in Frankfurt or Würzburg, I think. And the helicopter pilot coming in to pick you up, he'll say, "Pop smoke." All right, when he's ready. So you throw out a smoke grenade and you don't say what color it is. And then he'll say, "Okay, I roger your yellow smoke." Good, that's us. One time they were coming up, we'd gotten shot out, and they were coming in to get us out of there. And we didn't have a smoke grenade ready. We'd been fighting, And he says, "Okay, pop smoke." "Okay, I roger your purple smoke." We go, "No, purple? We ain't throwing any smoke. We don't, we don't." So wherever, and we don't see any purple smoke anywhere around us. And so the two gunships that were literally flying circles around the slick to come and pick us up, we wanted them to blast that purple smoke, tear up that. Nah, they wouldn't do it. But I understand. Okay, whoops, let's slip it back. There we go. And so what do we got? Magazines, grenades. There's one of those water bags. And then there's that's the one with a white painted end on it. My God, McConkey. And oh yeah, some cordage, and in here is probably some I don't remember. Anyway, so that's what's in there.